I like Wendy's, it tastes good. Now, I know it's kind of popular to diss on fast food, and you can say what you want about the company itself, but either way, there is an iceberg chart. Everything on the top of it, you probably know. Everything on the bottom, you probably don't. Let's get into it. Tier 1. Square burger patties. Wendy's burgers are famously square shape, or at least the patties are, just to make them distinct. Twitter account. Next to fast food, the thing that Wendy's is most popular for, especially these days, is their Twitter account, where they post lots of funny replies to different people. Big Bacon Classic is a burger you can get at Wendy's, not to be confused with the funnier sounding Baconator. Vanilla in every chocolate frosty. This is actually true. It's actually a half and half of chocolate and vanilla because Dave Thomas felt that a full chocolate shake was a little too overpowering. And he's right. There probably should also be just an entry about Frosties, just in general, and yes, they are named after the snowman. It's the ice cream of Wendy's and one of the most popular items because, unlike McDonald's, it actually works. Sir, this is a Wendy's. This is a meme template where someone will say something ridiculous and then the other person is like, sir, this is a Wendy's. Where's the beef? Wendy's most famous commercials were ones featuring a couple elderly women comparing the size of burgers, and other companies have tiny patties, which caused one of the women to ask, where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef?
In modern terms, where's the beef basically achieved meme status. It was featured in multiple ads throughout the 80s.
Where's the beef?
It was a huge saying in the 80s.
Where's the beef?
It had its own licensed gum and even a rap song.
She got no response from ringing the bell, and that's when she started to yell,
Where's the beef?
It's kind of weird that this blew up of all things, like most memes. I think it's weirder of all things, like, there really isn't that many, if any, ads actually featuring a character of Wendy. You know, like McDonald's and even, to a lesser extent, Burger King has like a full mythology of characters, but Wendy is really hardly ever actually used in advertisements for Wendy's. Dipping french fries in a Frosty, this is actually a pretty common thing. They've even started to advertise it, and I've even seen it parodied in an episode of iCarly. Value meal is kind of what you think. 4 for $4, you can get 4 items for $4. Inflation, though. Baked potatoes. Some chains don't have it anymore, but a pretty famous item from Wendy's is they do sell baked potatoes. The side photo is just the Wendy's logo. Second tier, we have a Wendy's on the iceberg. Sunroom is the side photo. Back in the golden days, back when stores were allowed to look different and not the same unified, ugly brick, the front of a Wendy's had this big dome called the sunroom. It was this kind of magical area that made you look and feel like you were in a greenhouse. There was just something magical about it that's lost now. Finger in Wendy's chili hoax. A while ago, a woman claimed to found a human finger within the chili. She has since admitted that she planted it there in a very Big Lebowski way.
Someone else? Where the fuck are they gonna get...
You want a tow? I can get you a tow. Believe me.
Walter.
Hell, I can get you a tow by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish.
Twisted Frosty. It's basically Wendy's equivalent of a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Super Bar. Wendy's used to have a salad bar. You can still buy salad from Wendy's, but not in a big salad bar area. Grilled chicken sandwich removal. Oh, that's lame. Rick and Morty commercials. To promote them adding a breakfast menu, they partnered with Rick and Morty to create a couple ads. And I guess like this in the memes also push against that stereotype that Wendy's is the old people fast food chain. Apology to Melinda Thomas. There probably should also be an entry about the fact that Wendy's is a real woman. Melinda Thomas, or Wendy Thomas, is the daughter of the founder, Dave Thomas, which is the namesake of the Dave single, which is like the Big Mac or Whopper of Wendy's. And yes, he did apologize to Wendy for naming the store after her because she will be associated with it, as well as every woman named Wendy forever. Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption. McDonald's has the Ronald McDonald Foundation, and Dave Thomas has his own foundation for foster kids. Subliminal mom in the logo. If you look really close at the Wendy's logo, you can kind of see Mom in the top of her shirt. Feast of Legends. Feast of Legends, Rise from the Deep Freeze, is a full-on tabletop game themed around Wendy's. I have never played it, but I already love it. Wendy's theme erotic fanfiction and Rule 34. Wendy's being a fictional character, especially a female one, of course this is going to happen. Columbus, Ohio. The very first Wendy's was founded in Columbus, Ohio. The Memer. This is a very cringe ad from the 2010s, and yes, for you young folk, this is what memes used to look like. We've come a long way. Smawsome sauce. Smawsome sauce. It's a mix of ranch barbecue, hot sauce, honey mustard, and Worcester. Secret menu item. I think every restaurant has this, but Wendy's has, specifically here, the Barnyard Burger, which is a chicken sandwich with bacon and a burger patty. Or the Meat Cube, which is like a Dave Triple with an extra patty, but bigger as a T-Rex. First modern drive-thru. Wendy's kind of invented the whole you can also sit in, but also drive around to get your food. In a time when most restaurants had either or. Customer satisfaction, free food. Wendy's does a lot of ways you can get free food. Campaign donations. You know, company, money, whatever, who cares? The side photo is an old Wendy's sign saying, now hiring full-time losers. Next here. Non-licensed kids menu toys. Wendy's used to give out kids toys, but I'm not sure what exactly they mean by non-licensed. Employee guzzling Frosty from the nozzle. Yes, this happened. We beefin'? Going back to the Where's the Beef rap, we have We Beefing, which is a hip-hop album released by Wendy's. Frosty waffle cones. They used to do that. Twitch account? Wendy's has an official Twitch account. They have not been live in a year since me recording this video, and because of how Twitch works, I can't watch any of their past videos because Twitch is stupid. Cold drinks and grill skills is referencing a very funny, overproduced training video featuring a rap. Frosty cereal. This exists and I kinda want some. Canned Wendy's chili. Wendy's chili is probably their most iconic menu item and most unique. So much so you can actually get a can of it at your local convenience store in case you don't want to go all the way to Wendy's. Chili is made from unsold hamburger beef. Yes. Made to order omelets. I think you can do this in Puerto Rico Wendy's, but I'm not sure anywhere really else. Frosty Parfait. Parfait? Fancy word aside, it's basically a Frosty with real fruit in it. Japanese menu items. Every food place, there's different menu items depending on where in the world you're eating at, and Japan goes crazy about it. Frescata sandwich, or however you pronounce that, is a former menu item that's basically a deli sandwich at Wendy's. Heat lamps. I don't know, heat lamps at Wendy's exist. The side photo is someone dressed like Wendy's, because in ye olde times, people used to dress in different costumes depending on where they worked. Here, they look like they're dressing all old-timey conductors. They probably could have also added an entry about that one scene in Zoom where they order Wendy's in a UFO. Anyone remember Zoom? Next here. Wendy started in KFC's shadow. Dave Thomas actually knew the real Colonel Sanders. Peppy the Frog tweet. This exists. Sisters Chicken and Biscuits is a company that was made by the Wendy's Company. It seems to be probably a local thing that I'm not sure if still exists because I've never really heard about it. Drive-thru AI. The future. Is scary. Original potato toppings. Every place, there's different regions and different items on that region. Ellen DeGeneres fiasco, 1997. This is the year when Ellen DeGeneres officially came out as a lesbian, and a lot of companies pulled out their advertisements because of this, because it was the 90s, it was a different time, we won't hold this against them, and Ellen is still a bad person. Volume of drink without ice controversy. Shrinkflation. Violent Femmes breakup. The band Violent Femmes broke up for the second time in 2007 because one of them was okay with using their song Blister in the Sun for a Wendy's commercial and the other didn't. I have yet to find that commercial, so I don't know if they actually settled and did it. Dave Thomas Circle / Weird Wendy's. This is referring to, there is a Wendy's in like the middle of a roundabout in New York Avenue in Washington, D.C. Decorative lemons and lemonade punch. I guess that happens. I never really ordered a lemonade. Hot and juicy. This was an old advertisement by Wendy's. Wendy's Frosty 5K. This was a charity event promoted by Wendy's Frosties. The side photo is Dave Thomas from a commercial of his on the cutting edge.
That looks delicious.
Hey, Dad, where are you?
In the kitchen, on the cutting edge.
Try the new chicken cordon bleu sandwich at Wendy's for a limited time.
Next here. Clara Peller was fired. Clara Peller is the Where's the Beef woman. She was born in Russia, that's crazy. This was due to her doing another commercial around the same time for Prego beef pasta sauce, in which she found the beef.
I finally found it.
It's spaghetti sauce you can really sink your fork into with that homemade Prego taste. Prego Plus with beef.
Boy, did I find it.
And because of this, and she was still technically working for Wendy's around the same time, this led to her getting fired. Post-Brexit deal. There's a bunch of shenanigans, whatever. Interesting that Wendy's in Europe only exist in the UK and Georgia. Disco CD. This is a set of DVDs given out in kids' meals in 2010, but unfortunately, due to some people mishearing a few lyrics, they were recalled. Racist kids note in a kid's meal. This happened at a Wendy's, and the person who did is now fired. Frosty Brain Freeze Challenge. If you drink it in 30 seconds, it's free. Frosty Float, Frosty Spider, New Zealand. It's like a root beer float in New Zealand. True Wendy's Horror Stories animated series. What is this clickbait garbage? I'm not even gonna bother. No gloves allowed in food prep. This is untrue, and someone was kind of busted from doing it. Black Bean Burger. This is Wendy's attempt to make an impossible vegan burger. The side photo is that T-Rex from earlier. Next here. There's a couple entries here that are mostly revolving around E. coli outbreaks because of Wendy's, which is not really their fault and more the people they get their meat from. Unique Camden logos. A Wendy's store in Camden has this with the different Wendy's with different hairs. The famous emo Wendy. Wendy pop-up store. Wendy's wants to expand into Australia, but unfortunately in Sydney there is a completely unrelated Wendy's store. Melted cheese preparation, which I'm not entirely sure what that means. Wendy's.exe creepypasta. Shut up. What is this, 2012? Who cares? The bottom of the iceberg has, like, the photo in the background. What is this side photo? And speaking about creepypasta nonsense, the next two tiers are basically just a bunch of edgy BS and controversies, so who cares? Most of them are fake anyway. But the second to last tier does have a side photo that's actually one of the first ads by Wendy's and one of the only ones that actually has the character of Wendy appear, which is crazy. Well, what do you guys think? Think any of this is interesting? Do you like Wendy's? What's your favorite fast food joint? Let me know in the comments below and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.